Hello, you beautiful individuals. We are back again with Mr. Eric Dubay. He is a flat earther. Need I really say more? I mean, it's one of those. I just went for some low hanging fruit on this last one. So yeah, let's just jump right in.
There is one frequently asked flat earth question that is more rhetorical than inquisitive,
Why are you guys such morons?
more a defense mechanism than a genuine query,
No, that was genuine. I'm genuinely curious.
and tends to be the final discussion point allowed by stubborn globe defenders before.
Okay, I do dislike that. Globe defenders is the wrong term. See, you're making the outrageous claim. So the burden of proof obviously lies on you, not me or anyone else who knows the world is a globe because we're not complete morons. So I wouldn't say we're defending the globe, we're just criticizing your ridiculous worldview and curious to what you have to back it up other than some horribly drawn diagrams, if you will, whatever, models, I guess, that don't correlate with reality at all.
completely refusing to further engage with the subject. Regardless of the answer you provide, no matter how articulately and convincingly you argue, after asking this question, they will almost always throw their hands up and claim the entire pursuit of truth to be futile.
Oh, getting kind of excited now. What is this question?
This final Flat Earth FAQ, formulated one of several ways, is: so what if the Earth is flat? Why is Flat Earth important?
What? That's the question? Okay, for one, I have not heard anyone that was going against the flat earthers say that. But even if I did, I'm sure what they really mean is, well, why is it so important to you to hang on to this ridiculous worldview that doesn't correlate with reality at all? But maybe I'm wrong. Let's let them finish.
Why does the shape of the Earth even matter? What difference does it make to my life? And my personal favorite: I still have to get up and go to work in the morning, so why should I care? When
I mean, it's honestly not a crazy thing to say, though. Like, it's fair, because the world's not flat. But just pretend for a second that it was. Um, yeah, they're kind of right. What does it matter? It's definitely you're putting way too much into it, and I don't think it's as big of a question as you're making it out to be. But I mean, you're the expert here in flat Earth, I suppose. U-2 spy plane, 70,000 foot altitude. You realize 70,000 feet? I mean, that's high, but it's not that high. They truly just can't comprehend how massive the Earth actually is. But whatever. Let's keep going.
a globe defender reaches this point, it is basically a Hail Mary, white flag, full retreat surrender, admitting that anything short of winning the lottery is unimportant to them, because that is literally the only thing that could fulfill such a ridiculous prerequisite.
No, what it seems to me that they're getting at is what would it change? I mean, you claim this importance to this, and you obviously find it important, or you're just doing it now to make money. I don't know, but still, the case stands that it's just it's not a big deal. I mean, if the world is flat and it always has been, which it's not, it doesn't change anything. Everything still is as it is. Yeah, I guess we have been lied to, and that's kind of bullshit, and that should be accounted for and addressed. But it won't be because the world's not flat. It just isn't. And the thing is, it's so easy to prove. If you really believe the world is flat, prove it. It's not hard. I mean, hell, in that stupid Netflix movie or documentary, whatever, on the flat Earth, they literally disproved it. So I'm just confused. Why is this still a thing? I can't. I honestly, when I jokingly said in my last video that I was going to do something on flat Earth, and so I decided to look up Mr. Dubay here and see if he's still going, and he is. He's still going on this whole flat Earth thing, and I don't get it.
If the flat earth revelation doesn't somehow make them an overnight millionaire, they don't want to hear about it. Imagine if your friends or family said this about any other subject you tried discussing with them. For example, suppose your spouse cheated on you, and when you tried to talk about it with your best friend, they responded by saying, "Regardless of whether or not you were lied to, I still have to get up and go to work in the morning, so it doesn't matter to me." It is absolutely rude and completely ridiculous to require someone to relieve you of your need for employment to be deserving of.
Well, it's not that. I mean, honestly, they're right in a way. Like it's kind of a messed up friend. You might want to relook into your whole friendship there, but it's true. I mean, if his friend's spouse cheated on him, I mean, as long as it wasn't with that friend, it doesn't really affect him in any way, does it? Once again, this is all really poor arguments to. I don't know. Are you trying to prove the flat Earth here? I don't get what you're. You're just trying to discredit what you call globe earthers. You know, sane people. Man, this video is turning out to be way dumber than I thought it was going to be. We'll try to make it through a little bit more here.
Discussion. So then, why does it matter what shape the Earth is? Why should anyone care whether Earth is a level, motionless plane, or a tilting, wobbling, spinning space ball?
See, that would be my face if somebody told me the Earth is flat to my face.
Firstly, the thing of crucial importance is the lie, not the shape. The lie of heliocentrism is one of the most insidious lies imaginable.
But it's not, because it's not a lie, you muppet. You just don't understand. You're just too dumb. Look, I'm sorry that at around, I'm gonna guess 2015, you fell for this internet craze of flat Earth and you dove straight down that rabbit hole, leaving your brain at the top of the hole and not, finding your way back out. That's not my fault. I don't really care. But to say this is a lie is insane. And what do you mean who's pulling the strings? Listen, this is the shape of the Earth. It's a globe, along with all the other bodies in the sky, basically, or in space. I can't help that you're too ignorant to accept that. Oh, my lord, these flat earthers, man.
Uprooting people's common sense and lived experience, and replacing them with unproven theories and explanations from supposed experts.
It's not unproven. We've been to space. Like, it's very simple. And the only unproven theory or whatever you want to claim is your flat earth one. You have still, after all these years, failed to prove it in any way, shape, or form. It's always just nonsense like this. This is actually one of the worst ones I've seen. I mean, this is just pathetic.
When children are indoctrinated from an early age to abandon the evidence of their senses in favor of this nonsensical globe model.
Dude, no. Listen, your senses suck, okay? We don't have that great of senses. We can't smell that great compared to other animals. Our eyesight is subpar, but still not great, especially when you take into consideration all the spectrums of light we can't see. Our touch is fairly decent and accurate to an extent, but can be tricked with relative ease, even our own brain. What else? Our hearing is, just kind of pathetic. It's not horrible by any means, but obviously many animals out there that can hear way better than we can. So no, your senses suck, man. They're not good. Not good at all. I'm sorry.
A schism occurs in their psyche, where they are no longer able to trust their own senses and experience.
You shouldn't trust your senses. You should to a certain extent, but not when it comes to stuff like this. You can't see that far. Of course it looks flat. The world is massive. Absolutely massive. And you are extremely small. You put an ant on a table. To that ant, that table is flat because it is flat. And to that ant, the end of the table might look like the end of everything, but it's not. It can crawl down the table, crawl down the whole leg onto the floor, and find a whole new world. My point being is that your senses don't give you the whole truth at all. Not even close.
And instead, must trust information completely contrary to it, presented by perceived authority figures. This is incredibly deceitful and disempowering to the individual to teach such a singular false cosmology, and the result is humanity has become just like the slaves in Plato's allegory of the cave. Once a child is convinced that they cannot trust the evidence of their senses, they become forever thereafter chained inside Plato's cave. Unable to see the outside world as it actually is, the child is condemned to a life of watching shadows cast on the wall.
Listen, you can still see the outside world for what it is, but you're limited to what you can see, which is not a very big part of the world, is it? It's a very, 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 very small part of it. You can't see the entirety of the world from on the world. Just like you can't touch the tip of your finger with the tip of that finger you're trying to touch. Can't taste your own tongue. It's you're just getting into a philosophical side of things, but you're doing it very ignorantly. If you want to observe the world, you can, but you can't observe all of it. You can't observe the entirety of it unless you're off of it. So from on it, yeah, it might look flat to you, but it's not. It's not at all. I I got nothing. I mean, how far does this go for you? Do you have to see everything to know it's true? I think it was a debate with Ken Ham that Bill Nye said something like, if you see glass or ice in a glass of water in a room, do you assume that the ice just formed on its own? That the glass of water filled itself? No, because that would be stupid. Just because you didn't see it doesn't mean it isn't real. Do you see gravity? No. Do you see air? For the most part, no. Like, I don't get how you're this stupid.
By Plato's puppet masters. Teaching this false, nihilistic, materialistic cosmology as absolute truth is psychologically traumatizing and spiritually devastating.
Oh my lord. Psychologically traumatizing and spiritually devastating. The only thing that's wrong with the psychological side of things, i.e., your brain, is if you believe in the flat earth. I got nothing else. I don't want to make it through the rest of this. Screw you, Eric Dubay. It was a nice break, though. He doesn't make me as angry as some of the others. It's just kind of, it's just kind of sad, honestly. But anyway, thanks for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and until next time.